The 360-mile-long Erie Canal that crosses New York State was dug by hand. When work began in 1817, most of the state was a vast wilderness of primeval forests and virgin lands. By 1823, workers had reached the most difficult section, located at the western end, near the canal's terminus at Buffalo. Here, standing in the way, was the Niagara Escarpment, a cliff face of solid rock stretching west for over 600 miles. The same cliff that creates the falls at Niagara. For many, scaling even the lowest rise in elevation, 60 feet, still seemed an almost insurmountable challenge.
How are you going to lift a boat from this spot at the bottom to this spot all the way up at the top? How are you going to get something over that? How can you make that work?
It would take 2 years of blasting and brute force, but when the job was done, nearly 1.5 million cubic yards of stone had been removed. And by the end of the summer of 1825, rising like a stairway up and over the escarpment in Lockport, New York, is the Erie Canal's monumental achievement, a majestic double set of locks called the Flight of Five.
The Flight of Five is the single greatest technological feat along the length of the Erie Canal. No one had ever seen boats lifted that far in such a short distance. It's the marvel that it's bigger, better, more.
The Erie Canal opened tourism to the masses. And on the Grand Northern Tour of America, 2 places were on the must-see list. Niagara Falls, where tourists experience the sublime beauty and power of nature. And, as a nation on the move, Lockport, where they stood in awe of the Flight of Five as one of the most visible signs of the young republic's ability to conquer nature. Here was the manifestation of America's ingenuity, its energies, and its prospects. Overcoming the Niagara Escarpment at Lockport was the pivotal moment in the building of the Erie Canal, and ultimately in the opening of America for the economic, social, and cultural changes that would follow.
I think the story of Lockport and the Flight of Five is so important because it's the piece that allows the connection of the East and the West. Without that key transportation innovation in Lockport, you can't get grain from the Great Lakes region. You can't get people moving westward. You can't connect New York City to those marketplaces of the American Midwest. It's the connection that knits the country together into one seamless unit. When we go to some place like the Flight of Five, we can say, this is authentic American past. It's a way in which we can connect with what the past meant and how we can maintain those places to give us meaning in our own world today. It's something that's still there for future generations to see, that provides us a physical reminder of community and its history. In essence, it's a living monument.